What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm wrapping up here for the night, but I figured I'm kind of on a roll. Let's start an intro to a video, and that way we got something loaded and something coming up for you guys. So, finishing up for the night. Got our whole other part of the underneath of the frame all tacked up. As you saw in the other video, we got the top side all welded up. Now it's time to do the bottom side, and then we get to flip this thing over, back on where the bottom's the bottom, top's top. Then we get to drop the cab over it, and we're gonna get this thing nice and center. And then we're gonna start building outriggers and start doing a cage. So that's really actually gonna be what's in this video. We're gonna start doing some outriggers and start getting ready for the main hoop, things like that. So thank you guys for tuning in. That's what this video is going to be about, so let's get started on it. Alright guys, so what we got going on here is our frame's welded up. This thing is welded up, and I'm even willing to say it's stronger than it was factory. It's braced in so many different ways and attached in so many different areas for it to break and be an act of Congress or God at this point in time. So what we got going on right now is this deal has to get flipped over. Look, those three pieces of steel over there, that square tube right there, gotta go across. I got the frame back up on that square tube. Then we can drop the body down and I can start truing stuff up. Put the fenders on this thing because I gotta figure out where the wheel sits and the wheel well to make it where it doesn't look dumb. And after that, I get to measure for outriggers and get that stuff rolling. So, time to flip this thing up, get measured for outriggers, so then I can start doing cage stuff, and hopefully by a few days from now I'm able to do cage stuff. I do have got something coming up at the end of the week though that's going to take some time, so cage stuff might start next week, just depending on where this all lines up. But I gotta get this thing flipped over and we're going to proceed from there. I got a better way to go about this. Perfect. Does your frame do tricks? Because mine does. Alright, so from there, now I'm going to slide these across. Because this is what the truck cab sits on. I I gotta make sure I miss the lift arms and all that stuff. Doing so, and then one last one for the frame. All right. All right. I got this now. Or I don't, and you're about to see something really cool. Good boy. Oh, cake work. Not cake work. Was there an easier way? I'm sure of it. Is that what I did? Not at all. Cool. All right. Frames up back on the table. And now, I'm going to adjust it up and then we can lower the cab back down. Alright, so as you saw, fenders on, A-arms are on, spindles are back on, all heavy, terrible stuff to deal with, but it's necessary to put back on because we got to get this wheel in the center of the frame, or not center of the frame, in the center of the wheel well so it looks good. So that way, well, it just looks good. It looks right. It doesn't look too far back, too far forward, and because the frame can literally go wherever we want in the truck, this is, it's easy to make it look good and make it fit right. So that is what we got going on here. And it's not bad now, but I think it can get a little bit better. So got the thing sitting at ride height. So yeah, remember when this thing's sitting on the ground, tire's gonna be tucking like that. It's gonna look real nice. And that's it. That's what I got going on right now. Gonna slide this frame back and forth till I like it, and then left and right, so it's centered. It's right where the wheel should be, the front wheel should be in the wheel well, and then I can make outriggers, which then the outriggers will put the main hoop in and start building a cage around this thing, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that. But small steps, small boring steps before we can get there, but we're getting them, we're knocking it down. And we'll be building a cage here shortly, so look forward to that. And that's what I got going on right now. So right quick, we're going to slide this thing back and forth, left, right, and then we're going to start making outriggers for it and go from there. Alright, so the frame's welded. It's on the table. We got the cab over it. We got our measurements left to right. Frame and cab on both the left and the right. We got our 2 holes figured out for our diagonals. And we got all of those written up on our whiteboard. But when we were figuring out where the outriggers are going to go, we noticed that they are going to be right in the way of the body mounts. So before I can do those, I got to come in here, cut our body mounts off, front and back, and then I can continue with measuring it, making sure it's square again, because I'm going to have to pick this thing up on the lift, cut all around underneath it, and then drop it back down. Then we can make outriggers. So still a few steps backwards from where I thought we were going to be, but we're just making headway, and we'll get all figured out. No big deal. I'm just gonna spend a few hours cutting all this stuff out because, of course, it's 3 or 4 layers stacked on top of each other for strength, and it's a pain in the ass to cut, but that's what they make cutoff wheels for, and I'm just gonna start getting after it. Alright, so I'm going to have to cut this short, no pun intended on that, because I just don't have the right tools at the moment. I got to go grab the Sawzall, because it's just where we have to cut this body mount off is just become very complicated and very tight to where the cutoff wheel isn't going to be able to work as well as I'd like it to. Especially because I could just set a Sawzall blade down and just run across, and just make it work a lot better than I can the cutoff wheel. So that is really what we got going on. I'll pick up next time actually having to cut these out with the Sawzall and not the cutoff wheel, and having another wheel explode on me, because that did happen, and that's just my bad. I was just kind of being pretty reckless with it. But like you can see, it'd just be a lot easier to get a Sawzall from up top and just cut through all of this than it would be to get a cutoff wheel in here, at least in my opinion. And that's just strictly my opinion, of course. But I think that's pretty much where I'm going to leave this video off, because I just have to go get the Sawzall and then come back, and it's just probably not worth my trip or time today. But I can pick this up in the next few days and get those cut off, and then we can move forward, start doing outriggers and things of that sort. So that is where we're going to leave this off. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Anything like that helps me out tremendously, and I'll see you guys in the next video.